No. Time. Jabs leg. Ooh, a nice penetration.
Jeb nice penetration, sorry good instructions given by the ref in the early going get from the right hand 18 is he was really there with the right head. It's up to 5. The boxing world is gearing up for one of the most anticipated matchups of 2024 as Mike Tyson takes on Jake Paul scheduled for November. This bout promises to be a thrilling spectacle blending Tyson's legendary power and experience with Paul's youthful exuberance and rising skills. As the fight date approaches, fans are eagerly speculating on the potential for brutal knockouts given the fighter histories stands at in victories, 1 defeats coming by with a not Puerto Rico by way of Cleveland, Ohio. There is the one the only applause. In Mike Tyson, known as Iron Mike, has a storied career filled with some of the most memorable knockouts in boxing history. Tyson became the youngest heavyweight champion in history at just 20 years old by defeating Trevor Berbick. Tyson's devastating power was on full display as he knocked Burt down multiple times in the second round, with Berbick unable to regain his footing. Tyson's ability to deliver powerful fight-ending blows quickly has always been his hallmark. Fans can expect to see if he still possesses that signature power and ferocity. In one of the most famous knockouts, Tyson dismantled Michael Spinks in just 91 seconds. A powerful right hook, followed by a left uppercut, sealed the deal, showcasing Tyson's explosive speed and strength. The explosive speed and pinpoint accuracy Tyson demonstrated in his prime could be a key factor if he manages to land clean shots on Jake Paul. Moreover, Tyson's rematch with Bruno ended with a 5th-round knockout. Tyson's relentless aggression and powerful combinations overwhelmed Bruno, cementing his reputation as a knockout artist. Tyson's relentless aggression and ability to press his opponents could force Jake Paul into a defensive position, potentially leading to a brutal coup. Music. Jake Paul, initially known for his YouTube fame, has carved out a niche in the boxing world. With a series of high-profile knockouts in his second professional fight, Paul faced former NBA star Nate Robinson. Paul knocked Robinson out cold in the second round with a vicious right hand, proving his power and ability to perform under pressure. Paul has shown he can deliver powerful punches, especially with his right hand. Fans will be watching to see if he can land such a decisive blow on Tyson. Paul faced former MMA fighter Ben Askren and delivered a first-round knockout. Paul's right hand once again proved to be his weapon of choice, catching Askren flush and ending the fight early. Paul's ability to capitalize on openings and finish fights quickly is a trait you will lead against Tyson, who is known for his fast starts. Back to work more jazz. All right. The Tyson versus Paul fight is expected to be a clash of generations, styles, and strategies. Even at 58, Tyson's training videos and exhibition performances suggest he still has significant power and a wealth of experience. His ability to read opponents and deliver devastating punches will be crucial. At 27, Jake Paul has youth on his side. His confidence, bolstered by a series of knockout victories, will drive him to prove himself against a legend. Paul's unorthodox style and surprising power could pose challenges for Tyson. Both fighters are known for their rigorous training regimens. Tyson's recent training camps have focused on regaining his legendary form, while Paul continues to improve his boxing skills under professional guidance. Music. The fight's dynamics will be intriguing. Tyson's aggressive style might force Paul to rely on his defensive skills and counter-punching ability. Conversely, Paul might look to use his reach and youth to keep Tyson at bay and look for openings. Meanwhile, Canelo Alvarez has shared his thoughts on this upcoming fight. When questioned about his interest in it, the reigning super middleweight champion gave a brief, pointed response to TMZ Sports. He said not at all no, but when asked about the involvement of a new broadcaster like Netflix and boxing, he acknowledged it as a positive development. However, he again criticized the bout. Canelo said, "I think Netflix is good for boxing, but I think with that fight, Netflix is doing something wrong there. I think it's more a show than a fight at this point. I'm not interested." Paul and Tyson, nearly 3 decades apart in age and EXP experience, will clash in a 10-round 2-minute per round bout. The outcome will be recorded on both of their professional records. Paul's decision to challenge the 58-year-old former undisputed heavyweight champion has stirred significant controversy. Critics argue that this fight is a no-win situation for Paul, who has built a 10-1 record primarily by defeating retired MMA fighters, many of whom typically compete in lower weight classes, despite the belief held by many that the age gap is insurmountable for Tyson's renowned skills, reflexes in power, and the outright refusal of some within the sport To watch, there are those like Evander Holyfield, a two-time opponent of Iron Mike, who think it could be a competitive match. Holyfield cautioned the 27-year-old in an interview with Fight Hub TV that he will be apprehended if he continues to live on the streets. Holyfield said, "I don't know how much confidence that Jake Paul has in all of that, but he's going to be a lot quicker if he stays close to Mike. Then his chance of winning is going to be great, but if he tries to stay back from Mike, he's going to get caught." Holyfield further added, "Mike is like a snake. He'll pop out on you, he gets there too quickly. But if you charge him, you're going to smother him. He pushes off his legs, so he's too close. But if you give him room, everybody gets knocked out going backwards. Give him room, you're going to be messed up." In the meantime, Dustin Poirier isn't exactly excited to see Mike Tyson make his return to the ring. Poirier would prefer that Tyson stay out of the forthcoming bout with Jake Paul. He's baffled that the fight is still on and hasn't been canceled outright on the MMA Hour. Poirier recently voiced his worries about the situation. He made it clear that he was opposed to the matchup, highlighting Tyson's age, 58 years old, and expressing his desire to see him avoid injury. Poirier also noted that Paul, being young and athletic, has the means to assemble a formidable training camp, which makes him a significant threat. He emphasized that his concerns weren't personal against Paul, pointing out his own presence at the Tyron Woodley fight as proof of his impartial stance. "This and the Tyson fight, I didn't want that to happen. The guy's 60 years old. I didn't want that to happen. And I hope it doesn't. You're hoping it gets canceled. Yeah. I don't want to see Tyson go out there and get hurt, man. Right, 60 years old. He's fighting a young guy who's athletic and has the money to put the best people around him and build a camp. And he's dangerous. Right. So you like Jake. I don't have anything against him. Yeah, but like watching him fight, yeah. Dude, you went to one of his fights, right? I think I went to the Woodley 2, Woodley 1 or 2. At the age of 27, Paul made a dramatic shift from being a YouTube sensation and social media influencer to stepping into the professional boxing arena in 2020. He quickly captured the spotlight by choosing opponents who were well known but had minimal boxing backgrounds. His ascent to stardom was marked by a viral knockout of Nate Robinson, a three-time NBA dunk champion. This was followed by wins against retired MMA fighter Dennis Ryan and former UFC champions Tyron Woodley and Anderson Silva. Paul is riding high on a 4-fight winning streak, recently achieving a knockout victory over big sensation Mike Perry. Meanwhile, Poirier has been closely monitoring the bare-knuckle fighting circuit, spanning both MMA and boxing. He remains open to the idea of stepping into the ring bare-knuckle as long as the opportunity aligns with his criteria. Poirier expressed his belief that bare-knuckle MMA represents a more authentic form of combat, pointing out that chokes and grappling might be more effective without gloves. He emphasized that participating in such fights would require significant compensation due to the inevitable injuries, regardless of any defensive measures. Reflecting on his experiences attending several events in person, he highlighted the dramatic contrast between observing from afar and being in close proximity to the ring, where the raw intensity of the sport and the jarring sound of knuckle-striking skulls become unmistakably apparent. A pure way of fighting. I think chokes will be easier. Grappling is easier with no gloves. Oh, bare-knuckle yeah, what about the bare-knuckle boxing? I'd have to get paid. It's just like you're going to get cut up 100%. No matter how you fight defensively, you're going to get cut. Probably. Do you like watching it? Yeah. But I've been to a few in person, and watching it and being there close to the ring is two different things, man. It's as brutal close, really, yeah, more so than TV, yeah, because you can hear the knuckles bouncing like off the skull. You can hear it, yeah, it's nasty, man. On the other hand, Brendan Shaw has unveiled a captivating conspiracy theory regarding the true reason behind the rescheduling of the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight, initially set to take place at AT&T Stadium. The bout was unexpectedly postponed when Tyson suffered a medical scare en route from Miami to Los Angeles. A legendary boxer felt unwell, experiencing lightheadedness and nausea, which later revealed to be a flare-up of an ulcer. Despite this delay, everyone involved is hopeful for a November